Hey, Brian. Yeah, heaviest snowfall across northern Utah mountains is now tapered off. Our warnings have expired for much of the Wasatch Mountain Range. Alta still showing a snowy scene here on one of their web cameras, reporting 21 inches, so just under 2 feet, with our storm totals so far. An area that we're going to be watching for some whipping winds as we get into tomorrow. Still breezy right now. Utah State showing no snow there, but also within this area we'll be watching for some of these downslope winds as we get into tomorrow and Friday. Areas in red, which when we've had these downslope wind events in the past, have typically seen the brunt of the strongest wind gusts, 50 to 70 or more 70 miles per hour or greater wind speeds expected when we get into this main event tomorrow through about noon on Friday. Satellite radar showing we still have some light precipitation. That was a quick zoom there. I apologize for that, but counterclockwise rotation across the state, indicative of an area of low pressure. So there's a large trough ushering in all these colder temperatures, along with some of these scattered showers now that the main front has moved through, and we'll continue to see moisture rotate around this storm system as it shifts south, which will keep moisture in central and southern Utah into the first part of the weekend. But for northern Utah, it's going to generate some strong easterly winds. Our wind advisories have expanded now to much of Box Elder County out west into the West Desert, as well as a lot of our northern Mountain Valley locations as well. Cache Valley, though, Box Elder County, northern Wasatch Front, which is Weber-Davis County, and Salt Lake County now included in this high wind warning. This takes effect tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock and will continue through noon on Friday. We're expecting sustained winds, strongest in Weber-Davis County, 30 to 40 mile per hour sustained winds, 25 to 35 mile per hour winds. Further north you go with 70 to 85 mile per hour wind gusts from about Farmington Canyon south into Centerville, possibly there, but 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts expected elsewhere with these high wind warnings. Even for the Salt Lake Valley, we could see wind gusts up to about 60 miles per hour. Futurecast, we've got a high wind gust graphic expecting some of the strongest wind gusts, as I mentioned, from that Farmington Canyon area. So for areas of essentially southeastern Davis County, as you stretch down I-15, those strong wind speeds are going to maintain significant or damaging wind potential all the way through. This is 11 o'clock on Thursday evening into Friday. We'll continue to see those strong winds, possibly up to 73 mile per hour wind gusts in Farmington yet again, and we'll continue to see the winds through at least noon, starting to taper off. We're going to maintain breezy, if not blustery, conditions throughout the day Friday. The warning, though, expected to taper off around midday on Friday as well. Moisture, as I mentioned, is starting to shift south. This model showing a little bit of lingering mountain snow shower activity, especially over the Uintas, where that winter weather advisory will continue through 6 o'clock tomorrow. Winter storm warnings kick off tomorrow morning for the central southern mountain areas through noon on Saturday. Moisture rotating around the trough that's to the southwest of us will keep moisture coming up from the southeast, so we'll maintain the potential for mountain snow, valley shower activity. This is Friday at 7 o'clock, with possibly even some moisture lingering or dipping back into northern Utah as we get into the weekend as well. Snowfall graphics, again, indicating the central mountains. Some of the southern mountain areas hit the hardest with this band of moisture that's expected to move up from the southeast into the weekend. Could see 1 to 2, possibly even more than 2 feet of snow in those locations, with the storm potential into the first part of the weekend. Highs tomorrow, a little warmer than today with that southerly flow starting to take over. Should be in the low 50s for areas like Salt Lake, St. George, 59 for the high on Thursday. Slight chance of moisture, but winds. Better chance of rain Friday, Saturday. Scattered rain Friday, more rain showers on Saturday. A little drier into next week. Warmer temperatures back in the low 70s with a slight chance of showers Tuesday and Wednesday. Nice temperatures, though. Feeling pretty comfortable out there. For the Wasatch Front, we warm up as well. Should be back to average high temperatures by the end of the week. Mid-50s. The winds whipping through Friday. Slight chance of showers tomorrow. Another slight chance if some of that moves far enough north on Saturday. Otherwise, dry weather sticks in, or moves in, I should say, for next week with temperatures in the 60s. Wow. I'm really looking forward to next week. We've got some wild wind days to get through before we can enjoy some nice spring-like weather.
Okay, it's coming, though.
It's coming.
The good stuff is coming.
Look forward to it.